You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now, stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Legacy Crypto Builders. I'm your host, Diana Townsend, right here on Hits Radio 92.3. I'm here each and every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to dive into the transformative world of blockchains with a purpose. Join us as we explore how today's tech pioneers are building the legacy of tomorrow, one block at a time. Stay tuned. The future of blockchain starts now. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Diana Townsend, and I am the Chief Visionary Officer here at the Legacy Crypto Builders. We're here on Hits 92.3 each and every Wednesday from 12 to 1. We're talking all things blockchain. Our mission is to empower individuals to harness the transformative potential of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, and we do that by providing the knowledge, resources, and tools necessary to become successful entrepreneurs in this rapidly evolving field. We're dedicated to helping people achieve financial freedom by fostering innovation, creativity, and collaboration in the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence community. We do that also through education, mentorship, community building. We aim to create a world where everyone has the opportunity to participate in the exciting and rewarding world of blockchain entrepreneurship. I actually love this show each and every Wednesday. Number one, because it still empowers me, it still educates me. And I love when we have special guests. And this one right here is special for me. This is one of our blockchain projects that I love here at Connect United. And I'm looking forward to the launch of it. So without further ado, I want to introduce Mr. Brant Frank, the president of the Elevate blockchain. Brant, can you hear me okay?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. First of all,
Awesome.
thank you for taking time out your busy schedule today, because I know you have a lot going on, and I'm sure we're about to be launching the Elevate blockchain soon. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to reach out to you. But before we get started talking about Elevate, can we talk a little bit about Brant? And can you tell our listeners here at Hits 92.3, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Absolutely. Thank you, Diane. I have been in the crypto space for many, many years. I have been some of the chief technology resources, architects, leaders behind the scenes of a lot of the technology you haven't seen on multiple crypto projects. I've seen all the ins, I've seen the pitfalls, I've seen the stumbling blocks of people trying to get into crypto, and I'm normally the guy that's behind the scenes that helps set up all these wallets, or people lost crypto and need help trying to find it and track it down. I come with the technology resources, and I've been doing this a long time. So I've been really excited to take everything that we've been able to learn from crypto over the past, 10 years sounds like such a small amount of time, but it really is a pioneer for being that long in this crypto space. Take all those lessons learned and try to bring it to the masses. We at Elevate are really trying hard to make technology that it can be used by everybody, no matter what. You don't have to have a PhD in order to get into crypto and play in this innovative in this new innovative industry. So
no, go ahead.
So I do have some really cool things that to get people into crypto. But do you have questions about any of my background right now, Diana, or anything like that?
No, I was gonna say I don't even know if you remember, Brant, but for me to first to meet face to face, it was actually in Hawaii. But this goes back years. I remember us being online, and that's how I met you, because I was having some issues, and they had to bring in the big guns to help to straighten out my account. So I was thinking about that based off what you just said, and that's exactly how we met, because some things was happening. They was like, "What's going on? Like, that don't even sound right." So they had to contact you, And then when I seen you in Hawaii, I was like, hey, I know who he is. We had the pleasure of meeting online a couple times when I was having issues. So, I'm always thankful and grateful. And then when you started talking about Elevate, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Let me get you on here so we can talk about that. But no, I wanted to go ahead and you can talk about how people can get into crypto, and then I'll ask my questions a little later. So go ahead.
Okay. So one of the big things that we really push at Elevate is partly educating. Um, a lot of people, when if they get into crypto, they're just starting with Robinhood or Venmo or Coinbase to buy and get their crypto. But the power of crypto is holding it and being an ownership of it and having it like cash. It really is a similar concept as cash. And you know, I talk to, anytime I'm out on the street, anytime I go on vacation, anytime that I visit my neighbors, there is this prevalent notion that ultimately cash is king. There is convenience with credit cards, but at the end of the day, if you want safety, holding the cash in your hand is a big deal. And we feel the same way with crypto. One of our slogans is, if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. And so we are really trying hard to educate people that it is not difficult to pull them out of these exchanges and hold on to them by yourself, secure them, and be a good steward of your crypto. And so to do that, though, in the past, it was really complicated. There were 8 years ago, they had what's called uh, uh, paper private keys, where you had to type out this gargantuan blob of text, and it was uppercase, lowercase. Think of your password, and how many times do you mess up your 8-digit password, let alone having it be 256 characters up and down. And if you got one character wrong, your money didn't show up at all. And it was super rudimentary. It was literally like the Stone Ages for using coins. But technology has come a long way. But what people don't realize is, when you take money out, when you set up a wallet, there's something called a mnemonic, and this is the key. This is the heart of every crypto wallet. There is what's called a private key or a mnemonic. Now, you've seen them as 12-word phrases. You've seen them as 24-word phrases. They've been labeled as backup phrases. They've been labeled as I've even seen a wallet say, here's your secret password, and then it shows it still is the 12-word phrases. That is literally the heart of your wallet. And there are you got to be careful, because when you sign up accounts, it shows you that, and it says very clearly on most of these wallets, including the Elevate wallet and the Connect wallet, it says, write these down. And if I had a big mallet in front of every computer as everyone signs up a wallet, and says, look, that screen right there, it shows your 12 phrases. That is the most important thing of the day today. Write it down on paper. I have a story that I have a really unfortunate friend who copied all those down, put them into iCloud, and just saved it into their notes application. There's a lot of hackers around the world now that are trying to hack iCloud accounts, not to get compromising pictures of you. That was the honeypot that happened for many years. Is hackers would go in and try to find compromising pictures of celebrities, or compromising pictures of you on your phone that's private, and they would turn around and try to blackmail you. What a lot of hackers are doing now is they're trying to crack your iCloud account, and they'll go into your notes, and they're looking for a pattern, looking for 12 words. And it's literally your heart of your crypto wallet. If you have those 12 words, if I could submit nothing else to every single person that you know, Diana, it is that those mnemonics are the heart of your crypto. If you have the mnemonic, if you have those 12 words, you have your crypto. And so a hacker can go in, look for your notes, grab all those funds and take them out. They don't even need to blackmail you. They don't need to do anything to you. They can just go in and take it. There was another really popular crypto show that uh, he was a crypto trader. This is in 2019. He was on a YouTube just like this, and he actually was flipping through. He was using the notes application, Evernote. He was using Evernote on his phone. He was flipping through screens. Someone saw on his live, he actually accidentally flashed his mnemonic on his live. He heard him flip screens. Within 30 seconds, while he's trading, he's doing a demonstration on how to trade. You could see his crypto withdraw. It all happened live on air, and it was devastating just watching, because he was a pioneer. He was all excited, and he was really pulling a good following in, and he was just careless. He was careless with his keys. And so I will say it again. Paper sounds so simple. It's too simple. It's crypto. It's the age of the future. We have AI. We have everything. Why am I getting a pen and a paper to write down my backup phrase? And I'm telling you, this is the most secure way to go. Get a little new book. I've done it on a Post-it note. I've done it on just simple little notebooks. It's really not difficult. And there's other little tips and tricks. You and I have talked about this, Diana, but on Amazon, there's $20, $30 burn bags that you can secure it in, so that if you have a fire, you can still protect your keys. But there's many really fun and clever ways to protect that mnemonic. But just remember, that mnemonic is the heart of your crypto. And if you protect that, and if you hold that, you have all the keys. Now, I'm scaring you a little bit on purpose, just to make people be cautious. But that doesn't stop. Just because you hear of muggings in New York doesn't mean that you don't carry cash around. Cash and holding your crypto is more safe than leaving it in exchanges. I don't know if anybody here has heard the stories of FTX or some of the other big exchanges that have gone under over the past years. FTX was one of the biggest crypto exchanges in the world. We had Mt. Gox. That was not that long ago, even though it seems long ago. I've actually been a member of 4. I've personally been a member of 4 exchanges that have been hacked, gone under, gone out of business. And it's if you're not careful, then those are the targets. Those are the places that you don't have to hack into 5,000 individual accounts. You have to hack into one big account, and you get 5,000 people's funds. And so that has been a target of hackers. That's been a target of a lot of downfall of people losing crypto. And that's where a lot of the stories come from. A lot of the stories of, oh, I lost this, and this back in 2000, whatever, because, and most of the time it's not because I'm being a good steward and understanding what is important. It's because I left my crypto somewhere I probably shouldn't have, or at least long term. You know, those exchanges, they are important and they have a purpose. But if you're just, and I recommend, I tell my parents, I buy crypto and I just hold it and leave it for a rainy day. If you're holding for a long period of time, holding your keys is very important.
Okay, so let's elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you know that that's actually one of the main things I talk about, because I've been in situations where that's how I know what centralized is versus decentralized, because I was in a situation where, listen, Brant, I put $17,000 into a platform on a Sunday, and that Wednesday I went back and the website said 404 found. It was gone. When I tell you I was sick, I was just sick. So, and then, I want to do the research. Okay, now I got to find out where they was and do all of this, that, and the other. So when I that was in the early stages of crypto. So when I was introduced to Connect United and they talked about the 12-word recovery phrase and owning our phrases, I was like, yeah, there's two things I don't personally do anymore. I do not do business with a company that the headquarters is outside of the United States. And I don't do anything with anybody that I don't own the key. So I'm glad that you mentioned that today, but that was because it was a $17,000 spanking that taught me that. And sometimes you learn, sometimes you earn. And that's one of the things that I tell people all the time. And you talked about protecting those words. When you tell people things, we're in that age right now where everybody want to take a picture, right? Everybody wants to take a picture. I was like, listen,
Everybody.
you're leaving a digital footprint. Please don't take a picture. Oh, I'm just going to put it on my notepad. I'm just going to lock it in my iPhone because these phones are so techie. And I had a young lady that she's so techie and she locked it in the iPad and on the phone in her notes section and got locked out the notes section. All the words, all the everything is gone. We had to start all over again. And so it's really sad sometimes that instead of people trusting the process and listening and learning just vicariously through other people's stories, because it was you talking on Connect that I never in a million years. I have a fireproof safe because that's what I was told to do, and I did that, but I had never even knew that there was a fireproof bag until you mentioned it. And so for me, I'll go to the team and I was like, listen, don't reinvent the wheel. Don't ask questions. Just make sure you move expeditiously. And whatever they say, and reason being is because he's telling you that for a reason. And when I tell you, I put this a young lady on my team. She's one of the leaders there named Dr. E. She said that to me. She said, did you get the bag? I said, no, I didn't get it yet. She sent me the link and she said, hey, go get it. And then I took that link and I posted it in my page, and I'm over here, everybody's going, but I'm like, get the daggone bag. Like, it's not an option because the safe, can you talk a little bit about that? Because
Yeah.
I never even thought, if you have a fireproof safe, I'm thinking it's fail proof and there's nothing that could go wrong. But could you share that story a little bit about what you said that scared me to death?
And there's you can go into lots of research, and there's different safes that have different functionality. Um, there are document fire safes. There are gunfire safes. There are valuables fire safes, and they do protect from fire. But I have seen many pictures. I've done a bunch of research for big corporations, for lots of crypto investors, and if you write down on paper, there are many documented accounts of firefighters that will go open up fire safes, and if you go to the fire safes or these fire safe companies websites, you can actually see firefighters cracking open the safe and showing everything inside. Look, it's all safe. But if you look sometimes in the corners, you'll see it still is hot. And you'll see documents, you'll see papers that are singed on the edges. You'll see them that'll blacken out just a little bit. And it's still so hot that you have something as small as paper can still be damaged, that is theoretically unrecognizable. And so if it was a huge expense, I would say do better research, and I would start recommending go do this fire safe for $2,000 rather than $1,800 or. But it's such a small expense. Fire bags are just so cheap, and it's a no brainer. It's a small expense to throw your documents in a little fireproof bag and then toss it into your fireproof safe just to have an extra surety. It's just a small, simple thing that really does so much good.
Yeah, to me, that's how I feel. It's like the little things that it's the little things that help to protect us. So Brant, we're gonna take a commercial break, and then when we come back, we're gonna start talking about the Elevate blockchain. That's what
Absolutely.
I'm to. All right.
All
We'll
right.
be back, everybody.
Hey, the secret's out. Hits 92.3 is now accepting submissions for brand new shows. That's right, you could become a radio personality right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. You don't have experience? That's okay. You don't live in Georgia? That's okay. You don't know what to do now? Now that's not okay. But your girl is here to help you out. Email us today at hits923newshow@gmail.com and tell us about your potential show with Hits. Again, that email address is hits923newshow@gmail.com. Don't be last. The slots are filling fast.
All right. I want to thank you guys for joining us here each and every Wednesday from 12 to 1 here on Hits 92.3. We are talking all things blockchain, cryptocurrency, AI. And I have the pleasure of speaking to the president of the Elevate blockchain, Mr. Brant. Frank, are you still there, Brant?
I am, yes.
All right. I would like to transition over and I want to talk about Elevate. Can you tell its family what the Elevate blockchain is?
Absolutely. So, building off what we were talking before, holding your keys is holding your crypto. The exchanges are there for a reason. There are certain gateway cryptos that are really easy to get a hold of. Bitcoin, obviously, Ethereum, Binance token. They're your top 5 cryptos in circulation. Are easy to get, and they call it on and off ramping. That has normally been the gateway to get into smaller projects to participate in a lot of these new emerging crypto projects. But the problem that has happened to me, has happened to many of my friends, is you take that crypto and then you go and throw it onto an exchange. That exchange is where you can then swap it or exchange it or trade it for other project cryptos. This is how you get Ripple. This is how you get Tron. This is how you get any of the other projects that you want to start participating. When you hear in the news that Ripple just is winning a case against the SEC, I want to participate in that. Go get some Ripple. If I hear that, I can pay for some of my debit card rewards with Switch, I want to go buy some Switch rewards to help with that. You go onto an exchange and you buy it. It's just like entering a new country and going to that exchange counter at the bank. Diana, have you done that before? I just went to Switzerland last year, and I sat in this line forever, waiting to exchange my U.S. dollars for Swiss francs, and it's a necessary task while you go into some of these other projects. Now, what's interesting though is there are technologies out there that let you exchange without sending it to these centralized exchanges. They call them DeFi. It's called decentralized exchanges. But the problem is as difficult of a learning curve it is to set up your wallet, start sending crypto back and forth, and start using crypto, it's actually a little bit more scary to use the decentralized exchanges. They're open, they're free, they're documented, but as soon as you start sending your money over to Uniswap, where's my money? Where did it go? Why is it not here right away? And then you start sending it, connecting it to Uniswap, and there are a bunch of steps. And I've gone through this process with many people. But at Elevate, we started asking ourselves, like, there has to be an easier way that we can hold our own keys and participate in getting into these emerging projects easier. And so what we started doing is we built technology and we put it into our node. Now, all the Connect projects, all the projects in the Connect family, there's Switch that deals with debit cards, there's Galvin that deals with health, there's all these, they are all about becoming a member, owning a node, and participating with that network to support it. And you're rewarded for running your node. What's unique about Elevate is we actually put more brains into our node, and we're launching with that node that has power to use your keys and go out and purchase up any other blockchain projects that you want. As we roll out right now, we're starting to use alpha, and we're starting to get alpha and beta users right now. But as you install your node, you run it to support the Elevate blockchain. It does all the standard things that that a node for a blockchain would do. It's confirming transactions. It is making sure that it's building this army of of processes in order to be leveraged by the blockchain. And then what we're doing with our blockchain is we are leveraging that power and using it to securely hold. You can securely hold your keys on your own node, and then you can set that node to work and go out and buy cryptos on other projects. So
Wait, wait, Brant. I don't want to cut you off. Let me. Okay, I want you to say that again. You said you can hold the keys on the node. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? I never
yes,
heard that before.
so what um, have you used a well? Normally in a Zoom prod meeting, I would say, who's used one of these before? This is a hardware wallet. There's a Trezor. There's ledgers.
Use a Trezor. I don't care for Ledger, but I do use a Trezor Model T. Yes, I use
They're
that one.
they are a way to. Again, I'm gonna reiterate this many times. At the heart of this Trezor is a mnemonic. That is the heart of every crypto wallet. This just has an easy and secure way to lock it in there and let you easily use it. Um, the Elevate node lets you secure your mnemonic the same way, just like a Trezor does, just like a Ledger does. You can lock your key in and hold it on your node. It's not anywhere in the cloud. It's not anywhere on Apple. It's not anywhere on anywhere. You're locking your mnemonic into your node, and then through the Elevate site, we're putting it into an app. What's one of our problems we're having right now is we're trying to get an actual app in the app store. So, but right now we have a website. You go in and you set pattern. You say, hey, look, I want to put my key to work. I'm ready to go buy some Switch rewards. As soon as Switch dips down 50%, if it happens to drop down 50%, I want my key to go to work while I'm sleeping, and it buys some Switch rewards up for me. It does it.
Listen, I heard you say this in Hawaii, right? I remember my posture. Wait, I can't hear you. I need to be able to hear him. Brent, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so I heard you say that in Hawaii, and I remember just trying to still be professional, but I started falling back in my chair. I started sliding down in the chair. I said, well, hold on. Because right now, I feel like I'm doing the old school way. I would go to the decentralized exchange, and I do use Uniswap, and I usually connect my Uniswap account to MetaMask, and I'm buying tokens. Are you telling me I could be laid out on the beach and my Elevate node could catch the dip, meaning that price went down? I'm not sitting at my computer. I don't have to watch anything. Are you telling me that Elevate is going to pay attention to the market, buy the dip, so when I come back to get dressed for dinner, I could have potentially put myself in an amazing situation, and it was working for me while I was enjoying some leisure time on the beach?
That's exactly what I'm telling you. I have found what's interesting when you say that, Diana. I have found there are different personalities of of traders and people who try to look for a deal. You have some people that I will not buy anything unless it's dropping down. I want to try to get me the best deal possible, and even you'll never hit the perfect dip, and you'll never buy at the lowest. You'll never sell at the highest. I mean, it's a statistical fact, but I'm going to try every single time, no matter what. It's dipping down. I'm there, and I'm like, I have my mouse ready, and I'm ready to go. I'm right now. That's one type of personality, and there are other types of personalities, Diana, they that stresses them out. They do that once or twice, and their stress is through the ceiling, and they just say, look, I'm going to do, and there's actually a financial term. It's called dollar cost average, or essentially it's like an alarm clock where it says, hey, look, every Friday at 2:00, sometimes it's going to be lower than I need to pay. Sometimes it's going to be higher than I'm going to pay, but overall it's going to average out, and I'm going to be just fine. both of these are different strategies that kind of adhere differently to different people. We're including both of those right out the gate, so you can kind of mold it to what, and you can make it as aggressive or as conservative as you want. We're letting you choose the settings. It's your crypto. You get to choose how you want it to set the rules. And that's the part that we're trying to make as simple as possible, to say, look, here is how do you want to put your keys to work to buy up some of these other projects tokens so that I can hodl them. Yeah, and to do that without sending it to a centralized exchange, because I just want to keep it in my wallet. I have my keys and I'm all secure, and I just don't want to send it anywhere. So
Okay, so let me make sure that they understand. And well, hold on, let me start all over. Let me make sure I understand.
yep.
And the Hits family understands, because I'm telling you, I've been sitting on this one for a minute, and I knew I wanted to get you on here and talk to you. And it was so self-centered because I left Hawaii like, oh my God, this is like the game changer of all game changers. So I've been waiting on this node to go live because, and I had a couple questions. So the private keys are inside of the node, and just say for instance, if I wanted to, you mentioned switch, do I have to own one node per blockchain?
Yes.
Okay, so that was my question from April.
Yes.
I was waiting on that one. Okay, so
Yeah.
and that's cool because that just means each one will be designated towards a particular blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
And then that way, again, it alleviates what I'm doing right now, because that's funny that you say dollar cost average. That's one of my business partners. His name is Dorian. That's his favorite phrase. That's his
Mm-hmm.
favorite phrase. And that was the first time I ever heard somebody use it in the way that he does. So it's funny that you say that because he just said that to me this morning, because that's what I was doing last night. I was like showing some of my business partners, the value of the decentralized exchange. But I knew you was coming today too, because I felt like last night we were taking the stairs. But I feel like with Elevate, like we're teaching them the application and the steps to do it, so that they have an option to understand that it's a lot of cryptocurrency out here in the world. So that's my question to you. Is this just catered towards our metaverse with Connect? Or could I say, I want some XRP? I want some Solana. Is this just for our metaverse and our ecosystem, or can you use it for any of the tokens out there in the cryptocurrency market?
So what we're doing right now, because we've been invited into this metaverse, this family of Connect, we've really tried to cater to this family that we are building. So our first initial launch is going to be just the crypto projects that we have here. We do have some other projects and other tokens that we've wanted to try to roll these out in waves, if that makes sense. And so we have some on T that we're going to roll out here in the very near future. And then ultimately, we're just going to open up to everything to be able to, in fact, our next versions that we have on our roadmap is that we want to be able to connect power trading tools that you can go into. Our ultimate vision here is that we will connect it to like Trading View, Robot Trader. I mean, there's dozens of these big trading platforms that these power traders, these day traders are using, and then ultimately you stay in the platform that you're using to do all your signals. I mean, you can't go far without seeing many trading YouTube channels, without seeing trading TikToks, and they're on their platform and they'll go and they'll buy it, but they're buying centralized exchange. We're looking to be able to attach your node into those platforms. So as you see, you're in your power trading, you see whatever signals you want, it sends the signal to my node and the node places that swap for you.
Okay, so let me ask.
That's the vision. That's what's coming. And
That's
so
insane.
It's starting with our ecosystem stuff right now, but in the near future, we'll be opening up to everything.
Okay, so hold on. Let me see what some of the people are saying. They're saying that Elevate is a game changer. Brant, they said Elevate is automated buying for me. And a lot of people are just like in a wow factor because I'm telling you, I was sitting on this when I was like, y'all have no idea. My biggest question was, what is going to happen? Like, that's what I wanted to know. Like right now, what do we have? Like, maybe 12 platforms, 12 different blockchains in our ecosystem. So just say you were able to purchase an Elevate node for each one of those platforms. I'm going to say it again so I could just make sure. Sometimes I need to say it back to myself because I know what you said, but I got to write this down. Just say, for instance, if I own all 12 nodes in our metaverse, and I choose to go buy 12 Elevate nodes, I don't have to go back to Uniswap. I don't have to go back to MetaMask. I can just set the node, set it and forget it. And it's going to buy the dip for me anytime I want to and hold my crypto, and I'm less likely to get hacked. Is that what you said?
That's what I'm saying. Yes. Now, let me, I haven't even gotten into some of the most exciting pieces about this too. So once you set it and forget it, I'm starting to gather up all my other cryptos. I'm starting to find a way to get them as cheap as possible in the pattern that I choose. But every single time that my node purchases or participates, does anything for me on my behalf, I'm rewarded extra in Elevate. So it's what's been funny is I've been watching some of the Boost NFTs come out. That this is how you get more crypto for this project and this project and this project. And I'm laughing to myself that like you get an Elevate node, you don't just get extra crypto in that project, but you get extra Elevate rewards as well. And so we're really striving to the big barriers to get into decentralized exchanges. We've found three big barriers. The first one is ease of use. It's just not easy half the time. But one of the other big problems getting into the DEX, right? The DEXs, the decentralized exchanges, is historically they've been expensive. They've been very, very, very expensive. You go over to any of the centralized exchanges, you're paying anywhere from 5 to, I don't, well, it depends on the project, depends everything, but you're paying pennies. You're paying most of the time under $1. Last year, when Ethereum was going crazy on Uniswap, I have personally done swaps on Uniswap that have cost upwards of $150 just in transaction fees to get it across the blockchain. Okay. Now, a lot of that's come down. That's a lot. That situation over here is a lot better. But with Elevate coming back and rewarding you on the tail end for using those decentralized exchanges, we're hoping that we can, we are really truly hoping that we can subsidize a lot of those trading fees to really set the decentralized exchanges free.
Okay, so let me see if I can go back to what you just said to make sure that I understand, because I know a lot of people that listen also are in the Connect metaverse.
Mhm.
You said, well, first let me ask, is Elevate going to boost, since the way you described it, it seems like you get extra rewards every time the Elevate node purchases the dip. So will there still be a boost factor?
Let me be clear.
Active NFT.
Let me be clear. If I turn my node on and I purchase Switch, I will be rewarded additional rewards for those actions. Those are the action points in the Elevate blockchain. So I will receive additional Elevate rewards, not just running my node, but doing the actions on top of the Elevate network reward me with additional rewards in Elevate. So I will purchase Switch. I'll get my Switch rewards, and I will not just receive just Elevate for running I will not only receive Elevate for running my node, I will receive additional Elevate for purchasing those up, for having my bot provide actions. So that's what's really cool about these nodes, is they're all about action-based rewards. You do something, you take an action, and you are rewarded for it. You're running your node, and you're getting rewards for running that node. But if you take additional actions, if your node is actively purchasing up these rewards, other project rewards, you are receiving additional rewards in Elevate for that.
Okay. Will there be a boost option for Elevate?
Yes, there absolutely will be. Yes.
Okay, so just say so that everybody understands what that is in case they're like, what she mean by a boost? So just say for instance, if I purchase, I have 12 blockchains. So you're saying I can purchase 6 Elevate nodes and purchase 6 boost, and then I can assign each one of those nodes to a particular blockchain. The boost only lasts for 6 months, and I definitely understand that. But is that what you're telling me is a possibility?
That's a total
And have
possibility.
the option to be
Absolutely.
able to do?
Yep. And that will gobble up so many Elevate rewards. It's going to be incredible. And then we are anticipating that we will start. This is one of our technology pieces we are trying to push at launch, and we actually backed it out. But we are trying to actually pay for your decentralized exchanges transaction fees with the Elevate token. So we are really pushing forward heavily on token utility right out the gate. That you'll be able to use the Elevate tokens and want to gobble up as much as you can to help purchase all these other, to help you swap anywhere else in the decentralized exchanges. So I'm going to be holding every single Elevate token that I have so that I can fuel all of my decentralized swaps for the rest of my life.
Okay. So should oh my God, my head hurts.
I love it.
Head hurts because all these things are happening in my head, but I'm trying to be fair to people because I'm telling you, I'm so self-centered over here. I got all of these questions, but I'm like, okay, let me be fair to the listeners. Okay, so Jacqueline says, once you choose the crypto that you want to trade, can you change out some of at some point for another crypto? So once you pick which crypto you want, can you change it out for another one? If just say you're not in position, she might have just say for instance 10 different blockchains, but at this time she might only be able to purchase 3. Can she say, well, for the next 90 days I want to purchase Switch, and then the next 90 days I might want to purchase Galvin? Can you I think if Jacqueline did, if I said that right, can you change, or once you assign the numeric key to that particular node, that's where you have to stay?
What we're doing right now, just for as we're launching, we're juggling so many different issues. Especially one of the things that actually delayed us over a month was we found we were doing an extra security audit with making sure that nothing in our blockchain could be hacked, and we're gaining extra protection because we're the technology experts, we're the security experts, and we're really pushing hard for that. And so we found a small flaw that could be manipulated by a certain router in someone's home that was just too high of a risk for us. And that pushed us back. We added some more functionality to secure them down. But this is one of a dozen issues that we're dealing with right out as we're launching out the door right now. And so we made the decision that we want you to lock in with a single node, and we're saying for 6 weeks right now. Now, I believe we're going to open that up within the next few months. We're just trying to get through our initial getting out of the blockchain, telling the word out to everybody. And so right now we're just locking it in and just trying to get as many people in as we can to participate and share the word, because then we can unlock things, and we want to really follow what the community wants us to do. So as a node owner, you to vote in the direction that Elevate goes. Do we want to simplify things even easier? Do we want to connect it to centralized accounts with your private keys and send them over automatically? Do we want to do more automated trading strategies? Do we want to just forget about some of the simple steps and just go to the power traders and go to Wall Street? These are all votes from the community that we'll be taking, and these are the steps that we'll be asking is, what is the ideal amount of time that we should lock up the rewards during this time that we're locking them to a single blockchain? Well, that's a great question. So that's our current plan with our decentralized committee.
Okay, so Leela says Elevate is getting purchased by Friday, so she must like some good stuff that you're saying, Brant.
I love it. I love it. I love the excitement. And I'm seeing just single comments. So I'm sorry I can't see. Oh, I was on the wrong tab. I got to start reading through and see if there's other questions on here. Who's the technology expert? I don't use Streamline very much. So
You can build anything in the world, but you're struggling with the tab. It's okay. It's okay.
that's embarrassing. Do you know what? My wife makes fun of me all the time. I have helped build multiple blockchains. I've built websites, applications. I've worked in healthcare, emergency room software, no problem. Get the printer to work in my house. It is kryptonite to Superman. There is no chance our printer ever works. So, everyone has their problems, Diana.
Um, no, you're good. So, my $1 million question is, what's an ETA on the blockchain launching? Do you have any idea yet?
I believe we are we're either 4 or 5 weeks. We're going to be 4 weeks until I was hoping to start doing demonstrations on Monday of this week, and we've had some issues with some certificates being delivered to us. We've had postal issues, and in Utah, there's even been some flooding, even just yesterday, which pushed us back another day. So we will officially announce our distribution date here in the very near future. I would say in the next 3-4 days, we will have a distribution date that we will lock in, and we will be just marching for that date.
One thing I want to say, I'm laughing at these comments. I promise you, I'm over here just laughing because
I love it.
I'm laughing because I feel like Elevate is the best kept secret. And that's because, we have such an amazing metaverse, and there's so many platforms. But when I came back from Hawaii, you can ask anybody on my team. I was like, let me explain something to you. Write this word down. It is called Elevate. And I feel like I should not have waited so long to get you on here, because I'm telling you, I'm just sitting here like, wow, we're spending so much time teaching them, because I want people to know, like, we have an amazing platform with Connect United, but I also share with them. And I was like, with the market being where we are right now, we're about to have some fun over the next 6, 8, 9 months. And I wanted them to understand that there's 27,000 different cryptocurrencies out there. Like, the way that the world is right now with this things being so expensive, I was like, get in this, fall in love. Like, this thing has completely changed my life. That's the purpose of me wanting to share, because I do care. But I told them when we got back, I was like, man, this one right here, they do not talk about this enough. But what Brant said in Hawaii is going to completely change the game, because sometimes people are scared of crypto because, like you said in the beginning, there is sometimes when, it takes a little longer for something to show up, or they're afraid to press buttons. I always call them scary spice. People be scary spice, but what you're doing with Elevate, you completely took the fear out of it, and you did easy peasy 1, 2, 3. It's just like step by step. Now, do you have to turn on the node, or is it always on? It always knows how to buy the dip. Can you explain that a little bit before we go?
Yes. So, and this is one of the pieces this is the reason we're doing these alpha and beta tests. We really are looking for early node adopters that are a little more adventurous. Go install this, put it on your laptop. Tell me how you feel. How did the installer go? What caused you problems? What gave you heartache? What wasn't clear? We are taking these steps right now. What we have done on the initial launch is we actually have 2 nodes, 2 different pieces of software. Okay, if you want to have just your normal node, Elevate is running. You can go set them up on Block Fabric just like you can with the other one. They are set it and forget it, and they're just running in the cloud, and they're just supporting the blockchain. You'll get rewards just like every other project. What we've done for this first launch is we have a second node that you install on your laptop. That way that's where your keys are being held. And we didn't feel comfortable advising members of our community to go install this into a server that we didn't feel comfortable was locked down, that you were putting your keys into. I mean, it goes against a lot of what our ethos is all about. And so this node that runs, that we call it our trading node, the trading node will run on your laptop. So as long as your laptop or computer, your home computer is on and running, it will be able to buy whatever parameters that you set. And then there's a simple website that you go to. That's where you actually set all the parameters, and it knows how to talk to your node running at your house.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Brant, I feel like I could talk to you all day because there's so much that I want to ask about Elevate. But we definitely have to wrap this up. This was a pleasure talking to you. I can see the comments. I see text messages on my phone. They won't listen when I say it, Brant, but that's why I asked you to come on here today.
I love it. I love it.
Because now I know that one thing I don't have to worry about with my organization is they get it. They plug in, they understand. And I think now that we know more information, to me, it's like a no-brainer because depending on, how many nodes you have, I got a feeling Elevate is going to be, the scripture says, the first shall be last and the last shall be first. I got a feeling Elevate is going to skyrocket when people really, really understand what this is. So I want to thank you for joining me here today with the Hits family. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to hopefully beta testing. I hope I'm on that VIP list.
You absolutely are.
But
the beta list, we're going to be, I think within the next week, we're going to open up to all the members of our community. We'll send out an email. Do you want a survey saying you want to be a beta tester? And that's where you'll sign up.
You're the best. You're the best. So I know they're excited. Trust me, they're going to get that node now. They don't listen to me, Brant, but thank you for stopping in and talking to our Hits 92.3 family today. I look forward to bringing you back, talking a little bit more about Elevate once we launch. And thank you so much. I want to thank you guys for tuning in here each and every Wednesday from 12 to 1, where we're talking all things blockchain, cryptocurrency, and AI. I will see you guys next week. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to Legacy Crypto Builders with Diana Townsend here on Hits Radio 92.3. Remember, every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're here exploring revolutionary blockchains that shape our future. Continue building your knowledge and join us next week for more insights into the world of purpose-driven blockchain technology. Until then, keep innovating and shaping the future.